Well, a very blessed good day to everyone. It doesn't matter what time of the day that you're watching this video, whether it is night, it is afternoon, it is day. A very blessed day to you. Welcome to Vintage to So in Time. I am Petran, and this particular channel is based on the Word of God in Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 5 that tells us, your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage to the sowing time. I welcome you. It's a brand new channel, and we've just started growing this channel, and we will be bringing you educational contents both in the um, garden and also in life. And we know that you would be intrigued, that you would be inspired, and gain a little bit of education or clarity as you listen to this channel. Now, today we will be talking about plantain versus bananas. The plantain and the banana tree is one that is sometimes hard to tell the difference between from a distance or to the unsuspecting eyes. And just a bit of disclaimer, I will not be giving you any scientific names for the banana or the plantain tree. I believe any scientific name that you need can be found online. So I am going to be just dealing with some local names that all of us are familiar with, and those who are not familiar with them can become familiar with these names. Again, you can find your scientific names on the internet. So we are doing the mainstream, the walk down the street type of names. Again, these are the ones that you're hearing time after time, day after day. And again, we're talking about the plantain tree and the banana tree, and what is the difference, or what are the differences between them, both the tree and the fruit, and how to identify them for those who might be in parts of the world where these trees are not prevalent, they are not grown widespread, but you have them coming to your market. You can find them in your farmer's market. You can find them in your supermarket. How do you identify them? And again, the tree, a little bit of education about the tree. I'm currently sitting on my porch and my garden. I'm overlooking my garden right now. So when we're through with examining the actual fruits, then we would go down to the garden so you can see the tree and what is the main difference between them. And I say the main difference because it is really very difficult to tell them apart unless you look at this particular difference. So what is a plantain? Let's examine the plantain first. And we're going to look at a green plantain. The shape of the plantain is much different than the banana, and it is usually much bigger than the banana. Only one type of banana that I know that would normally get to this size, and again, I am not giving you any scientific name, I'm giving you local names. And this particular banana that would get almost as big as the plantain is what we call the mafubi banana. It is shaped in almost like a triangle, as this plantain is shaped in almost even triangle, right? It is almost as big as it, and this is based on this size of plantain. The normal size of the mafabi, which is on the species of banana, or in the category of banana because it is eaten as a banana, is almost the size of a plantain. So this is a green. I purchased this, but it seems as if it's starting to ripen a bit. So this side seems to be a bit ripe, but this side is a bit greener. This is a ripe plantain, and you will notice that this is also small. The greatest way to tell the difference between the plantain and the banana is when you attempt to eat them. When you are about to eat them is when you can tell the greatest difference, because the texture of the meat inside is completely different. The plantain tends to be a lot harder, even when it is ripened, tends to be a lot harder. And when it is green, it is much more harder than a green banana. So you'll be able to tell that it is a lot more tight in flesh and a lot more starchy, I would say, than the banana. So this is a green plantain, and this is a ripe plantain, or almost ripe plantain. Now let's examine the bananas. We have a ripe banana and we have a green banana. And you can see the size, and you can almost tell the difference between them. Let's see a green plantain and let's see a green banana. Right? Rarely would you find a banana this big. A banana that is this big, as I said, except for the one that we call the mafubi. Other than that, most of the bananas may come in this category of size. Right? Now again, as I mentioned, the greatest way to tell the difference between them in terms of the fruit is when it is time for you to process, when it's time for you to peel, when it's time for you to cook, and when it's time for you to eat. That's the time when you can tell the greatest difference between the plantain and the banana tree, or the plantain and the banana fruit. Apart from that, the tree would give you the greatest difference. So we are going to move to the garden right now so you can see the difference between the banana tree and the plantain tree, so that you would be able to identify them when you see the banana and plantain tree. Keep in mind that the leaf of the plantain tree and the leaf of the banana tree are identical. If you're looking at them from a distance, you will not be able to tell this is a plantain tree and that is a banana tree. People have, from time to time, mixed them up, even in trying to purchase one for the next. So you go looking for a banana tree and you end up with a plantain tree until the bunch comes out, or until it's time for you to eat it, if you are in a part of the world where it is not prevalent. Or you're trying to buy a plantain tree and end up with a banana tree. I hope I didn't get that mixed up. You're looking for a plantain tree, you get a banana tree, or you're looking for a banana tree and you get a plantain tree when it's time for the harvest. So I am going to give you one of the greatest differences to look for, so that you will never again mistakenly or erroneously purchase one for the next. For that, let's move to the garden. All right, so we are now currently at the banana tree. And it's a little bit dark, so right there. If you notice, this part of the tree is very green. You notice if you're seeing any other color, it would be dark, it would be black, right? But it is mostly green. All right, keep that in mind. We are now going to go over to the plantain tree. So again, this is the banana tree, and this part of the tree is mainly green in color. Now we are at our plantain tree. Can you see the difference? Are you seeing, aren't you seeing more red around this part of the tree? Yes, so that is the greatest difference between the plantain tree and your banana tree. this plant part of the plantain tree is redder or pinker than the banana tree. So that is how, if you're going, if you've gone, or if you're going to your garden centers to purchase a plantain tree or a banana tree, this is how you would tell the difference, so that you are not in shock when your fruit comes out and you're harvesting and you realize that you've been rearing a pig in a bag for all this time, and you were excited to get your big bunch of banana, your nice soft big bunch of banana, and you've gotten a whole hard bunch of plantain. And of course, the plantain has its place and its time. We love the plantain also. The plantain, has many dishes, and has its use. But you want to make sure that you're getting the one that you're paying for. So again, that's how you tell the difference. All right, friends. Well, that's where we will bring the video to an end for today. And thank you so much for joining in for this episode. I hope that you gain a bit more insight into, again, the difference between the plantain tree and the banana tree, so that you purchase the right one when you are purchasing. Bye for now, and thanks for listening. And if you found this content to be very educational, and you think someone else can gather something from it also, be sure to point them to this channel, and you be sure to subscribe, so that we can grow this channel and bring you more content of this sort. Bye for now.